I have made some bad mistakes in my time, but that's the breaks, and I'll bet I've had way more fun than you.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Kip Does Stuff. This video is video 2 of the hammer build. If you haven't seen video 1, somewhere over here, I'll try to remember to put a link to the first video. Where we left off is we got the hammerhead fully made, and now we need to trim it to square dimensions. Gluing up process wasn't perfect, so let's try to trim it down. Got the blade at full height. We're making very small cuts. Let's get started. Okay, next I've got the blade set at 30 degrees. Now we'll cut all the angles on the ends of the mallet head. Okay, now the blade is reset at 45 degrees. Now we'll cut these angles. Okay, we marked the center for the handle hole, and now we're going to cut 2 decorative slits in the bottom. Just doing it freehand. Okay, drilling the handle hole is a treat and a half. Okay, we got the hole drilled, we got all the angles cut. There's a lot of sanding to do, but I also have a lot of holes to fill in on 2 faces. A lot of nail holes and screws came out of this thing. But that's okay, I'll just use some white wood filler, doesn't matter, we're going to paint it afterwards, and then we'll sand it up. Okay, there it is, all sanded up as good as it needs to be, because this is just a toy. Let's try and get some paint on it now. Okay, so we have the hammerhead all painted up. Started out with a base of just any old paint I could find around, some white satin. And over that I did 3 or 4 coats of silver spray paint, like sanding in between coats. Turned out pretty okay. Not perfect, don't need perfect. So, next we're going to work on the handle. I was going to sew the leather a seam along this edge and then turn it right side out and stretch it over the handle, but I couldn't get a needle strong enough to poke the leather without making all the holes with an awl first, and that's just too much effort. So I decided I will just hot glue it on. And it's going to be a sticky, icky mess, so I won't show it all. Let's get started on this crap. Okay, I've got the leather wrapped around the handle. It's not as pretty as I wanted it to be, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do a little distraction. I took 2 strands of wire and braided them together and drilled a hole in the top here. Hot glued the wire in, and now I'm just going to wrap it around the hammer. Try to make it look even. So let's get that done, and then I'll cut it and hot glue it on the other end. Okay, so we got the handle wrapped well enough for I'm concerned, so it's time to install it in the head of the hammer. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Okay, and we'll drive this handle down in there. I've got the perfect tool for that, a gavel I made about 3 years ago. Okay, we got the handle driven in. Let's put a little glue on this tenon, and we'll add the pommel. Okay, and then here we got it. My version of Mjolnir, or Thor's hammer, or whatever you want to call it. It's heavy as heck. I'd say about 6-8 pounds. Got a pretty good feel to it. The handle isn't quite right, but that's okay. Doesn't matter because it doesn't have to be perfect, just got to be mine. I may add the little medallion on the end here later. I got some CNC work later to do this week, so maybe I'll cut that out then. But until then, thanks for watching.